So, there's a pretty major safety alert coming directly from the United States government that you need to know about, especially if you've recently bought a new electric SUV. We're talking about a serious flaw that's affecting over 90,000 vehicles currently on the road. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, has issued an urgent warning, and it's not something to be taken lightly. This isn't just a minor software bug or a cosmetic issue. It's a fundamental safety problem that could significantly increase the risk of a crash, particularly in bad weather. The recall specifically targets some of the most popular new electric SUVs from major trusted automakers. We're looking at certain 2023, 2024, and even some 2025 models from Toyota, Lexus, and Subaru. It's a bit of a surprise to see these names grouped together for a recall of this nature, especially on their flagship EV platforms. This just goes to show that even the biggest players in the game can run into unexpected issues. And it's a crucial reminder about the complexities of modern vehicle manufacturing, especially in the EV space. Because of the seriousness of this flaw, it's incredibly important to pay close attention and check if your car is on the list. The issue could directly impact your ability to see out of the windshield, which, as you can imagine, is a massive safety hazard. So, in this video, we're going to break down exactly which models are affected, what the problem is, and most importantly, what you need to do about it. Stick around, because this is information every owner or potential buyer of these vehicles needs to hear. Alright, let's start with the first model on the list, the Toyota BZ4X. This is Toyota's big push into the mainstream all-electric SUV market, and it's been getting a lot of attention. The recall affects BZ4X models from the years 2023, 2024, and 2025. The core of the issue, according to NHTSA, lies within the vehicle's HVAC system. That's your heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. It might not sound like a critical component at first, but this is where the real danger comes into play. It's a subtle but potentially catastrophic failure point. The specific problem is that a flaw in the programming of a DC to DC converter can cause it to overload. When this happens, it can lead to a complete failure of the 12-volt power supply. Now, why is that 12-volt supply so important? Well, it powers a ton of essential systems in the car, but in this case, the most critical one is the HVAC system. If that system loses power, you lose your ability to use the windshield defogger and defroster. This is a huge deal. Imagine you're driving on a cold, rainy morning or during a snowstorm. Your windows start fogging up from the inside, or ice begins to form on the outside. You reach for the defroster button, and nothing happens. Your visibility through the windshield drops to near zero in a matter of seconds. That's the exact scenario NHTSA is warning about. It's a situation that can turn a normal drive into a high-risk emergency without any warning, directly impairing the driver's ability to see the road clearly. This isn't the first time the BZ4X has had a hiccup. You might remember the early recall where the wheels could literally fall off. Toyota fixed that, of course, but this new issue highlights the ongoing challenges of launching a brand new electric platform. The intricate dance between high-voltage battery systems and the traditional 12-volt architecture that powers so many legacy components is clearly a complex one to get right. It's a reminder that even for a manufacturing giant like Toyota, the road to electrification is paved with learning experiences. So for any BZ4X owner watching, this isn't just a minor inconvenience. The inability to clear your windshield is classified as a major safety failure, and it's the reason why this recall is being treated with such urgency. The potential for a sudden and complete loss of forward visibility is what makes this so serious. We're talking about a fundamental aspect of safe driving, and when it fails, the consequences can be severe. It's absolutely critical to understand the gravity of this specific flaw. Next up, we have the Lexus RZ, specifically the RZ300e and RZ450e models from the 2023, 2024, and 2025 model years. If you've been following the industry, you'll know that the Lexus RZ is built on the same underlying architecture as the Toyota BZ4X. This is a common practice in the auto world. Sharing platforms allows manufacturers to develop multiple vehicles more efficiently. The RZ is essentially the more luxurious premium cousin to the BZ4X, with a different badge, nicer materials, and some unique Lexus styling cues. Because it shares that same ETNGA platform, It unfortunately also shares the exact same critical flaw. The problem is identical. The DC to DC converter is susceptible to overloading, which can cut power to the 12-volt system. And just like with the Toyota, this failure takes out the HVAC system, disabling the windshield defogger and defroster functions. It doesn't matter if you're in the Toyota or the more expensive Lexus. The root cause and the resulting safety risk are precisely the same. This really underscores the nature of modern vehicle development. When a single component or a piece of software code is shared across multiple models, a single flaw can have a cascading effect, leading to a much larger recall. For Lexus RZ owners, who paid a premium for that badge and the expected level of refinement and reliability, this news can be particularly frustrating. You're buying into a brand known for its impeccable quality control, so a safety recall like this can feel like a letdown. The experience inside the Lexus RZ might be quieter and more plush, but the danger is just as real. A sudden loss of visibility is a universal hazard, regardless of the price tag of the car you're driving. The NHTSA report makes no distinction between the models in terms of the severity of the risk. Whether you're commuting in a BZ4X or heading out in your RZ450E, the potential for the ventilation system to fail and compromise your vision in poor weather conditions is an issue that needs to be addressed immediately. It's a powerful illustration of how deeply integrated these vehicle systems are. A component that manages power distribution might seem far removed from the button you press to clear your windshield, but in today's cars, they are inextricably linked. The failure of one can silently disable the other. For Lexus, a brand that stakes its reputation on the passionate pursuit of perfection, a recall like this is a significant event and one they will be working hard to rectify for their customers. And that brings us to the third vehicle in this trio, the Subaru Solterra. Again, we're looking at models from 2023, 2024, and 2025. The Solterra is actually the product of a joint development partnership between Toyota and Subaru. In fact, the name itself is a combination of the Latin words for sun and earth. This collaboration allowed Subaru to enter the EV market with a capable all-wheel drive SUV that shares its core engineering with the BZ4X and RZ. As you've probably guessed by now, since the Solterra was co-developed on that same ETNGA platform, it is also included in this very same recall for the very same reason. The hardware and software controlling the power systems are fundamentally identical. So, once again, the story is about the DC to DC converter, the potential for an overload, and the subsequent failure of the 12-volt system, which then disables the essential windshield defogging and defrosting capabilities. It's, well, the same issue, just with a Subaru badge on the front. For Subaru owners, this might be a bit of a familiar feeling. The Solterra was also part of that initial recall with the BZ4X concerning the wheels potentially detaching. This second major safety recall on the same platform might be concerning for brand loyalists who associate Subaru with ruggedness, reliability, and safety. The brand's symmetrical all-wheel drive and EyeSight driver assist systems are pillars of their safety marketing, so a flaw that can completely obscure a driver's vision is directly at odds with that image. This really highlights the risks and rewards of automotive partnerships. On one hand, collaboration allows brands to share costs and accelerate development, bringing new technology like EVs to market faster. On the other hand, it creates a single point of failure. A design or software flaw isn't isolated to one model from one company. It instantly becomes a widespread problem affecting hundreds of thousands of customers across multiple brands, creating a much larger logistical and public relations challenge for everyone involved. So, if you're a Solterra owner, you're in the same boat as the BZ4X and RZ owners. The risk is identical, and the solution will be too. It's a testament to the fact that under the skin, these three SUVs are more alike than they are different. The safety of your vehicle is, paramount, and this recall notice from NHTSA applies to the Solterra with the same level of urgency as the others. It's a critical fix that needs to be implemented to ensure the vehicle performs safely in all conditions, as expected from a brand like Subaru. So, that's the breakdown of this pretty serious recall. The most important takeaway here is to take action. The first thing you should do right now is check if your specific vehicle is affected. The easiest way to do this is to go to the official NHTSA website, that's nhtsa.gov/recalls, and enter your car's 17-digit vehicle identification number, or VIN. Your VIN is usually located on a small plate on the driver's side of the dashboard, visible through the windshield, or on the driver's side door jamb. This will tell you definitively if your car is part of this recall. If you receive a recall notice in the mail from Toyota, Lexus, or Subaru, or if the NHTSA website confirms your vehicle is on the list, please do not ignore it. This isn't a suggestion, it's a critical safety update. The next step is to contact your local dealership to schedule an appointment for the repair. The automakers are already rolling out the fix, which involves a software update to the DC to DC converters programming. They will likely be dealing with a high volume of appointments, so it's a good idea to call and get on their schedule as soon as possible. And finally, the good news is that this entire process will be completely free of charge. By law, all safety recall repairs must be performed by the manufacturer at no cost to the owner. That includes the software update and any related labor. Toyota, Lexus, and Subaru will cover everything. The most important thing is your safety. So please take a few minutes to check your VIN, and if your car is affected, get that appointment scheduled. It's a simple step that ensures your car is as safe as it can be.